Hey, what's up? It's Cheption Mutai. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to become a freelance newspaper writer and get paid even if you're still in college. Stay tuned. Hi. This is Cheption Mutai, freelance and business. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I share tips and expert advice on freelance and business. This is based on more than 7 years of experience freelancing online and running a small video production company here in Nairobi, Kenya. I hope the information I'm going to share with you here will be of value to you. If you are here for the first time, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. With the way things are going on right now around the world, the freelancing way of working is proving to be the best option available for business to thrive. Becoming a freelance newspaper writer is not hard as long as you put in time and effort to make it work for you. The good news is you can get paid a minimum of 3,000 Kenya shillings for each of the articles that is published. In this video, I'll share with you the steps to becoming a freelance contributor to your local newspaper and getting paid for your work even while still studying journalism course or any other course in college. The steps I'm going to share with you here today on how to become a freelance writer are the ones I personally use to get my articles published on the Standard and Nation weekly pullout magazines in Kenya. Before I begin this video, I have a disclaimer for you about freelance newspaper writing. It's not a walk in the park. You have to be open to write as many articles as you can, as you will be sending them as unsolicited manuscripts, and it's at editor's discretion to either publish or not publish it. So irrespective of how good your writing is, no one can guarantee you that it will be published. On the other hand, based on the number of content the editor receives, they may find your articles worth publishing, and that will be the beginning of your journey as a freelance writer. With this said, let's now dive in and learn how to get started. You must have interest in writing for the newspaper in order to start. Journalism and mass communication students have an upper hand here. I did freelance writing for the newspaper before I joined Kenya Institute of Mass Communication to pursue a course in broadcast journalism. At the time, I had taken a correspondence course from Writers Bureau in UK. It was one of the most difficult courses, I must say, as it required that I go out and interview people to get the story and submit it as part of the assignment. At the time, I was a bit nervous. But first, I had to know my market. Where was I going to sell the articles I write? Research involves subscribing to newspapers you want to write for. Do study the paper for a period of time depending on its publishing frequency. During the period of your research, study the paper page to page. Your study is for the purposes of understanding the following elements. What is the tone of the language they use? Do they use very advanced English grammar, or do they tell their stories using simple language that is understandable by everyone? When you know this, you will be in a position to write in their language. When you do so, the probability of your work being published is high. What kind of stories do they publish apart from news? Do they have special pull-out magazine targeted at different market niche? For example, business, travel and culture, children, comedy, etc., etc. This should be your main focus. Knowing this will help you narrow down your writing approach. If, for instance, you interact with children on your day-to-day life, you will have an upper hand in writing articles for children. Also, when planning to write a feature article for the paper, you will be in a position to plan for it. You will have high probability of getting published instead of writing random articles that may or may not get published. Once you have understood the language and the kind of stories the paper or magazine you want to write for publishes, you are now ready to hit the road and start your freelance writing journey that pays handsomely. It is the simple step that you will be taught when you join a media school to study journalism. In a nutshell, here is how it goes. Let's say you have interest in writing about construction and architecture. After you've completed step 1 above, send a feedback to the editor about the recent article they published in their newspaper or magazine. Tell them what you learned by reading the article and your view on what was discussed in the magazine. The editor is always happy to hear that the information they are sharing on their paper is positively received. A newspaper editor receives several emails daily, thus they'll not reply and tell you that your letter was published. It is your responsibility as the contributor to confirm that yourself. The aim here is to get as many letters to the editor published as possible. Depending on how you subscribe to the newspaper, best one recommended being print, cut out the published letters that were highlighted by the editor on top. Buy a scrapbook and stick the letters in order for your records. If you have subscribed to the paper digitally, take screenshots and use free tools like Keep Notes to create a scrapbook of your published work. At the time when I started freelance writing, there was a monthly magazine called Drum East Africa. They published readers' letters and rewarded the best letter writer with a basket of goodies. 2 of my letters were the best and I got the basket of goodies. I was really excited when this happened. When you succeed with this step, you are good. Now go to the next step. Compared to other genres of writing, writing for children is quite easy. You use simple language that is easy to understand. Also, the number of words needed are not much. If you can take pictures, the probability of your article getting published is high. While in college, I found it easy to write for weekly children's pull-out newspaper magazine. Sometimes I wrote folktales and other times I wrote feature articles. For each article, I was paid a minimum of 3,000 Kenya shillings. That was good money considering that I was still in college. Note: if you are interviewing children, it's good to seek consent from their teacher, even in school, or their parents to avoid problems in your freelance career. Also, they'll help you spread the word to other children who might want to be part of the children's stories. At this point, you may use your college ID when introducing yourself. Press card is a very powerful tool that can take you places. High-ranking government officials and business people will be more welcoming when you show them a press card. It is issued by the Media Council of Kenya and is universal. Please find out the issuer of press card in your country if you're not a Kenyan. In this case, wherever you go, you will be posing as a freelance journalist writing for the newspapers you pick. Do the same over and over again until you succeed. You may find yourself sending 5 articles in a week and only 1 gets published. Don't let this discourage you. Be persistent in your pursuit. At the end of it, you will begin to see more and more of your work on print, and your smile on your way to the bank will be more alive. This cannot go without saying. When you start writing for the newspaper as a freelance writer, you must in turn purchase every issue you have sent an article to see if it was published. If it was published, it means you will be paid for the work. Many a times at your early stages, you must follow up with the paper in order to get your payment. In such instances, you will be asked to present evidence of published work. If you send a feature or article to the newspaper and it doesn't get published, spin it and retarget it on other publications. Spinning a story or an article means rewriting it from a different angle. For example, if it was a feature article about a freelancer who is also an entrepreneur and you focused on the freelancing side, spin it and focus on the business side, then send it to a different prospective publication. And that is it. If you faithfully and patiently follow the steps I've shared here above, you will succeed. Now that you know how to package your content, it's time to begin your journey as a freelance writer and eventually get paid. The world of freelancing is much fun when you know what you're doing and why you are doing it. Also, when you know the markets available for your work, it's even more exciting. When you are able to catch the editor's attention each time you send them stories, they'll be excited and they'll look forward to more of your articles. You'll be surprised one day to receive a call from them asking you if you are available to go out for an assignment. This means getting published is assured. Did I miss on anything or any step of becoming a published freelance newspaper writer? Please let me know in the comments section below. Until next time, bye bye and take care. My name is Cheption Mutai. Looking for professional screencast video production services? Request a free quote on www.techtubstudio.com.